Good evening, students. Moving to the next session of the moving charges and magnetism. So it is a very important concept we are going to see now. So moving to the problem, let us the first concept thing. Suppose we studied about straight current carrying wire, circular current carrying wire, and many shapes. And we are using the formula force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a uniform magnetic field. We have written IL cross B. IL vector cross B vector is the magnetic force experienced by the current carrying conductor when it is kept in a magnetic field. But now here we have two uniform magnetic field. We have considered two different loops. One is a closed loop, other is an open loop. And it is a curved one. This is a circular one that is curved, but this is not a closed loop. How to find the force acting on the entire loop? So they have given some ideas, some tips for the JEE level, advanced level and basic level. So everywhere we will mention the L vector depends on the direction of current. Because why we are grouping this as IL vector, that is called current element? Because length doesn't have direction. So length can measure from which one end to other end or other end to this end. Any way we can measure the length. But by specifying the direction only we can mention it as a vector. But I cannot be taken as a vector. I have direction, but it is not a original vector, it is a pseudo vector. But L can be taken as a vector. So I am grouping with I, taking the direction of current as the direction of L. So I am taking it as IL vector cross B vector always. So here we are finding each point the direction and we are finding the force. But for the entire length, what we want to do? So that only they are giving the starting point and the ending point they are considering. And they are taking the total displacement in the respective direction. Total displacement. The total displacement length, we can write it here. Simply without adding all the vectors. Without taking all the vectors into respective problem and solving the problem, it will take more amount of time. So if you do that and do this, both are same. Both will lead to same answer because this is a vector, this is not a scalar. Please understand. So this is not a scalar because this vector will be cancelled by this vector. Similarly, this vector will be cancelled by the other vector. So the net vector displacement will be only in a certain direction here. So that will be the net displacement of this curved unclosed loop. That is, it is not a closed loop. So the displacement will give you IL vector. Simply we can consider the displacement. Similarly for a closed loop also. How we can write for this the magnetic force? We will take it for a total loop, we will write F vector equal to IL vector cross B vector. Here what we will write, B is constant, but we can write this as integral of closed loop of DL vector cross B vector. This entire loop is a closed loop, so I can represent the integration as closed loop line integral DL vector. So if it is a closed loop integral, so the starting point and ending point are same for the displacement vector. So here the force experienced by the closed loop is always 0. So this type of idea we want to note it down. Here we are taking the displacement, it is not a closed loop, so the force acting here is not equal to 0. It is non-zero force, magnetic force. But in this case, the magnetic force is 0. Here it is non-zero. So please understand, if the loop is a closed one, so we cannot able to say it is having force. In the same manner, the net force is 0 when a current carrying coil is placed in a magnetic field that we have seen in DC motor. Net force is 0. Individual forces are there, but net force, the same concept is used here. So that basic concept is given here, the closed loop of DL, that is the total displacement in this closed loop will be 0. Starting point and ending points are same. So with the help of this problem, slightly we are going to advance this problem to understand more things. So we are considering a problem. So we have a semicircular arc and which is having a radius 1 meter, you consider. This is placed in a uniform magnetic field, inward magnetic field. The same semicircular, another semicircular arc, same 1 meter radius, placed in same magnetic field. What is the difference between the two, sir? We have given two semicircular arcs. Here, the current is flowing in a closed loop, closed path. That is, current is moving in a clockwise direction. So current travels in a circular path. So it is a closed loop. So here what we write? Fi closed loop of DL cross B vector. That gives you 0 because in a closed loop, because this is a starting point A, you consider this is A, this is C, this is B. So AC, BA, closed loop. So current is also forming a closed loop. So here the force experienced is 0. Simply we can write. And current flowing you consider it as 2 ampere. But in this problem, in this semicircular loop, here the current is moving in this direction, here the current is moving in this direction. So it is not a closed path because here it starts from A and it reaches B through C, here it directly passes through E. Now how to do this problem? Here the force is 0, it is not 0 because it is not a closed loop. Because this is the starting point, this will be the ending point. Starting and ending point are not same. But in this current, it is a closed loop, it is not forming a closed loop. So both are same shape. But the quality, the analysis of the problem is different. The current flowing way is different in both the cases. Here closed loop, so 0. Here what we do? So the simplest form already I have informed you. That is, if it is a curved path, take the displacement of that. How to take displacement? We know that force executed by the path AB. That I can write it as I into L into B. That is, current is 2 ampere. Length, this is 1 meter, so the radius will be 2 meters. 2r, no. So the total diameter will be 2, 1 into 1. Into the magnetic field, they have given us the magnetic field value, which is 1 Tesla. In both the cases, the magnetic field is 1 Tesla. So into 1. So the final answer is 4 Newton. So this is 4 Newton. This is only for the side AB. What is the force for ACB? Same thing. It is a curved path, but the net displacement is A to B. What is the net displacement? ILB. Same IL cross B. So here the field is perpendicular. So ILB sin 90. Same thing. So which will be 2 into 1, which is 4 Newton. So the total force acting in this case is 8 Newton. So this is the simplest way to solve this problem. But by integration also you can write this. Please remember, a magnetic field is acting on this wire, that is inverse. That produces a magnetic force, but in this curved path, semicircular path, force varies. That we want to include here. How we can include this? That is very, very important. We can cancel these two forces. That is, how we can cancel? We have many components of this force. We have many components of this force. In this many components, this is F. So F cos theta, those components will cancel. Only the F sin theta component will be there. So finally I can write F sin theta will be equal to ILB sin theta. So in this way I can write. And I can remember that L is, I know that on integrating dl I am getting R, that is dr. I can write df sin theta because very small force. For that small force, for the respective angle, df sin theta I am taking. So I can write IDL. So that I can write it as R into B sin theta d theta. Okay. So on integrating this IRB. So if you integrate sin theta d theta between the limits, we have the limits now. So what limits we are having? Please see. So here it starts from this angle and varies till this angle. So we can say this is from pi by 2 to, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 because this is here the angle is 0. At the central point, the angle is 0. The force is acting perpendicular to this. Here also perpendicular to this, but the force direction varies. So I can consider this angle to this angle. I can consider. So I can vary that. Also I can consider. If it is cos, we can consider it as 0 to 180 because this is the initial angle. Okay, F and F cos theta increases. Here this is F. Here the theta angle increases from 0 to some value. So I can consider integrating sin theta d theta 0 to pi. This is 0, this is pi. So on integrating IRB cos theta, we have written R equal to, yes, so 0 to pi, so which is 2. So 2 IRB. The same thing here we have obtained. See here, ACB. Here also it will be 2 times I into R into B. How it will be 2 times I into R into B? So it is quite easy. So because the length, so I into radius into B. So the radius is 1 meter. The radius is 1 meter. And the current is 2. Magnetic field is 1 Tesla. So 2 into 2 into. Here already we have 2. See here, 2 into 2 into 1. How we have obtained this? Because the total displacement. Total displacement is 2R. So here the total displacement is 2R, current is I into B. the same expression we got. So this case is very, very lengthy. So because of this reason, instead of calculating this integration directly while solving the problems in JEE, please attempt this type of problem, any type of problem. If it is a curved path or it may be a triangular path also. That's what we are going to solve next. You consider only that displacement. So please understand this problem. So it is quite easy for solving JEE problems with a short span of time. So we'll see you with the next level of problems. Thank you.